Wacom graphics tablets have long been the go-to for digital creative workers who prefer the traditional feel of pen in hand. And Cintiq Pro heads up the range as one of the highest performance pen displays available. This year the family is joined by redesigned 17-inch and 22-inch models, which we've managed to get our hands on and are excited to take for a spin. So starting off with the technical stuff. Both of these models house a 4K screen with 10-bit colour for a crisp, vivid picture. And they both display 99% DCI-P3, which is great for filmmakers working with the industry standard. Adobe RGB coverage is 88 and 95% on the 17 and 22-inch respectively, making the larger models slightly better suited to print work where colour accuracy is essential. And the newer Cintiq Pros boast refresh rates up to 120 Hz, making the motion of brushstrokes more realistic and interfaces extra responsive. So what else is new? Well, the whole design. Both chassis now resemble last year's 27-inch with a robust wedge shape and very slim bezel of roughly 20mm, making all the difference for those looking to save space with a smaller model. My favourite part of this design are the grips on the underside that house the express keys. This position feels very natural, almost like a video game controller while you're seated with your other hand over the screen. Although it's worth noting that to access these fully, you do need to raise the unit above your work surface. The 17-inch comes with a simple fixed angle stand in the box, while there's a separate ergonomic VESA stand to suit each size, providing rotation and angling to suit your preferred working style. Also tucked away on the underside are ports for power and signal. Both models have HDMI, but we found that using a DisplayPort-capable USB-C connection provided the best response to pen and touch movement with the fewest wires to boot. Both sizes ship with the Pro Pen 3. Straight out of the box it may feel a little light and basic, but its little tray, which attaches to the side of the display, contains an optional weight and grips that let you choose how it feels to hold, which, combined with the 3 customisable buttons, make it one of the most versatile tablet pens out there. So how well do the pen and screen work together? Well, there are 8,192 pressure levels, which provide a perfectly smooth range of stroke weights, just as we're used to with all of the Pro Wacom range. The screen itself is extremely smooth without being too glossy and frictionless, so combined with a slightly felty nib, there's a little bit of resistance emulating physical media. And those going for a very specific feel could always look into a textured screen protector and alternative nibs. In short, anyone undertaking digital creative work that requires picture accuracy and hand-eye coordination could find a use for Cintiq Pro. But different features stand out in different fields, so let's take a look at a few of the big ones. Illustration is the most obvious and natural fit for a pen display. Holding a pen in hand and facing the drawing surface brings a digital workflow right back to traditional roots. Using realistic brush tools on such a responsive screen, and with the express keys customised to your favourite modifiers, the workflow quickly becomes second nature, letting you really get lost in the process. Crucially, the design of the new Cintiq Pro and Pro Pen 3 make illustrating for long stretches perfectly comfortable, especially combined with a stand for an elevated drawing board or easel-like position. The resolution and colour accuracy of the displays on both models are great for reviewing a photo shoot. But for me, editing and retouching are where the Cintiq Pro comes into its own. Getting in really close and using touch gestures to move around is an incredibly immersive way to work, and when you zoom back out, you know you're seeing a reliable picture that'll look great wherever it's used. It's the same story for graphic designers. Brand colours, illustrations and photography all look accurate and vibrant, so you know you're seeing a reliable picture as you assemble everything together, which leaves less uncertainty when sharing between team members or exporting for web or print. I find it essential to have a keyboard to hand here so I can edit text on the Cintiq rather than sliding over to my workstation. Plus it's handy for all the shortcuts that the express keys can't accommodate. A pen display might not seem like the obvious choice for video work, but if you start out using one for other tasks, you'll probably find the on-screen interaction works just as well for editing. While the quality of the screen for colour correction and grading could mean you need one less traditional display on your desk. The 17-inch feels a little cramped for fiddly interfaces like After Effects, but you can always spread your tools across other screens, and it's worth it if only for drawing motion paths by hand, adjusting Bezier curves in the graph editor, or quickly switching back and forth between any illustrated assets. Choosing a Wacom Cintiq Pro in the first place will come down to your workflow. If you want to get hands-on while using full desktop versions of your favourite apps and the processing power of your workstation, and you tend to stay put at your desk while working, that's where a Cintiq Pro excels over, say, iPad Pro or Wacom's own Mobile Studio Pro. Once that decision has been made, it might be size that matters most. I actually really like the smallest 17-inch model, but those working on more detailed projects in complex interfaces may find the extra space of the 22 or even 27-inch provides a less restrictive experience. And then of course there's the matter of price, which obviously increases with screen sizes and adding the ergonomic stand. While a Cintiq Pro is a significant investment, it's important to remember that it isn't just a graphics tablet. It's a 4K display that rivals the picture quality of industry leaders, combined with all of the productivity features that Wacom have been perfecting year after year. The latest additions to the Cintiq Pro range go even further into providing an immersive, intuitive, creative workflow by providing the most responsive and accurate on-screen experience yet. The two new models are perfectly suited to all manner of tasks, from illustration to video, even 3D, with a choice of space-saving footprints to suit your studio. If you'd like to know more about either of the brand new Cintiq Pro models or the rest of the Wacom range, get in touch and we'll be happy to help.